Diecast Monster Truck Bash fans from all across the world, are you ready for Sunday Night Shootout? 16 of the best Diecast Monster Trucks are going to throw it down in the brand new Sunday Night Shootout series. We got many veterans and newcomers. This right here is going to be the start of a new age. This is Sunday Night Shootout. You guys have got to be ready. October through November season is going to be good. We're ready because this right here is going to be a great night, and I'm sure you are ready. I'm pumped. I'm sure you're pumped. I'm ready because this is going to be great. 16 trucks, as I say, 16 drivers. We're ready. This is going to be a great night. Many hits. We got Gravedigger, Excalibur, Bigfoot, Bog Hog, and more ready because this is Sunday Night Shootout. But here we are in the action as Colt Cobra himself, Gene Patterson, and Snakebite will take on a veteran in a new truck, that low riding Radiator driven by Charles Stevens. Colt Cobra from Team Bigfoot is now on the track. He's been in Monster Truck Attitude series, but he's here now, ready for it. Both these drivers are ready. Charles Stevens wants to get a win. This is going to be good. Radiator, custom designed truck by yours truly. This is going to be a good race. We're staged up of the line. Snakebite and Radiator. New versus old. Fantasy versus real. Staged. Coming to the stretch as we kick it off, we're going down. And it's going to be Radiator picking up the win over Snakebite. Snakebite got messed up on that car stack right there. And it's going to be Radiator getting the pick up. Charles Stevens is in that low riding truck. You can see all four shocks sticking up out of it. Radiator knows how to get it done. It is a 3-time Monster Truck Diecast BCS Championship winner. It knows how to get it done. But as we get the official Sunday Night Shootout replay, that was a great race. They both came down to Snakebite even with a little lead, but he got messed up and cannot get the win. But next up, as we move on to Joseph Nelson, Destroyer taking on the one and only. It's Mitch Brown and Bigfoot. The big blue Ford is ready to take on Destroyer. Destroyer was built just for this event. Mitch Brown's been here on the circuit for a while, since the beginning, and he's now in Sunday Night Shootout, wanting to kick it off with a bang. Destroyer and Bigfoot, they're both staged up of the line. Who's getting the win for our second race in Sunday Night Shootout history? Staged up of the line. They're coming to destroy Truck Series speed for both, and it's going to be Destroyer. As he pulled the lead, it looked like Bigfoot got stuck, and as you can see, indeed, Bigfoot got stuck in the middle of the cars. Mitch's truck maybe got shut down a bit right there. I'm not sure what happened to Mitch, but it is definitely not something he wanted to happen. That truck is it's a big truck for the fans. He did not want it to happen like that. But as we get the Sunday Night Shootout replay, that was a great race, and Destroyer will pull out the win by not much, well, basically 2 trucks length. But next up is Nathan Smith taking lead of White Curtis is Excalibur. He stepped out of the truck and said, hey man, you can take it. He will be taking on Jeffrey Fielding. And excuse me, I'm so sorry because this truck is still a substitute. We should get it out by episode 3. I apologize, but now we're staged. Who's getting the win? This is going to be a great race. Stage coming to Detroit Church, and even race are going down. And it's Excalibur, as Gravedigger had some issues. I'm not sure you can see he parked it directly on the cars. He may have got shut down. I'm not sure what happened. We're going to need to get a replay on that one. Excalibur, nonetheless, will win the race here tonight. Not how Gravedigger wanted to end it. He's the only one representing, as Caden Wilson has moved on to a new truck, but not how he wanted to end it. As we get the official Sunday Night Shootout replay, Excalibur had a little bit of shootout on the end, but he will pick up the victory after he got end over end. You could say, he got a bit messed up. But next up, it's going to be Chase Moyes in the Anderson family's mud bogger. It's Bog Hog taking on Jared Goldman. And Samson knows how to get it done. He loves old school trucks, apparently. When we were signing him up, that's what he loved. He's in Samson. It's not quite the old one, but it's still Samson taking on a mud bogger on monster tires. That's Bog Hog stage. This is going to be a great one. Stage up of the line. New versus old. Coming to destroy Church, even race going down. And as Samson will take the truck and flip it over on its lid. He tried to do something cool for the fans. He knew he had it won, but he could not get the move he was going for. He flipped the truck over end, Samson takes the truck on its lid. He's still got the win as Bogard looks like he nailed the brakes, making sure he did not hit the truck. But now, as we get the official replay, they come down. There was a pretty even race, but he comes down and gets absolutely messed up. We are going to get another moving replay this time to determine what even happened to him. You can see his back tires got a bit kicked up. As we're trying to determine it, he came down, his back tires got a bit kicked up right there. Then he moves forward, and his front tires get kicked up, and then he clips a car. As you can see, he will put it up on 2 tires right there, and then clips a car. And that's what sent the truck into two-wheel skills mode, end over end. Samson will move on. Nonetheless, Bogard gave it his all, his best efforts. He will not get it. But next up is going to be Tim Cantwell in Bounty Hunter taking on Jimmy Ferguson in the Avenger Machine. This is going to be a great race too. Heavy hitters know how to get it done. Avenger, a custom truck sent in by Jimmy Ferguson, taking on Bounty Hunter. He's bringing back his old blue. Ready? This is going to be a great race. We got Bounty Hunter and Avenger. Stage up the line. Who's ready? This is going to be a great race. Stage up the line. Who's getting the win? As the light goes green, we're coming down, even going down. And I do believe that Jimmy Ferguson will make the comeback over Tim Cantwell. Not how Tim wanted to end it. I do believe he had a pretty good lead, but Jimmy put down the horsepower, taking a note or two from Gina Clark right there. It looks like she uninstalled the brake in Jimmy's truck. I'm not sure. As Tim's trying to get out of here, he's saying, no, I don't want to be here anymore. He's kind of upset about that. You can see he's leaving. He doesn't even want to look at Jimmy because he knows he had it, but he gave it up. As you can see, he had a lead, but Jimmy Ferguson will pull out the win. Not how he wanted to end it. But next up is Caden Wilson. As we talked about him earlier, no longer in Gravedigger, taking on Olivia Cantwell in Scarlet Bandit. And as we talked about, he is no longer in Gravedigger driving for that team. He is now taking the lead of your favorite of the Monster Mutts. It's Doug. That's Monster Mutt Rottweiler, knows how to get it done. It's going to be a great race. Scarlet Bandit, Monster Mutt Rottweiler, stage up the line. As the light goes green, they're coming at the straight stretch going down. And wow, as Caden has a new strategy. His strategy, it appears, is to jump up in front of the other trucks trying a Formula 1 / NASCAR type thing right there. Jumping in front of them so they cannot pass him. That's definitely an interesting move from Caden. He's developing new things to win. As you can see, he jumped in front of Scarlet Bandit and got the win right there. That was a great move. He knows how to get it done. But next up is going to be debuting driver. It's Eddie Booker in Mental Health. Taking on one that knows how to get points wins. It's the heavy hitter himself. It's Devin Treat in Mental Health. That truck is a bad, fast truck. Taking on a newcomer. This is going to be a great race. He knows how to get it done. Devin Treat and Eddie Booker. Stage of the line. Coming at the stretchers, even going out. And watch out as Grinder will take the truck and send it into many, many flips. Wow. Now that is what I call destruction out here on the track. That is great destruction. Mental Health will get the win moving on. But Eddie Booker, watch him in the replay. He comes down, tries that somersault move, but the truck got a bit messed up as he clipped Mental Health, it seems, and the truck just flipped end over end. But now as we're on the track, you can see Devin's trying to apologize, and there you can see the damage on the Grinder truck. Not how he wanted to end the night as we're flipping it over. Yep, there goes the tire on Grinder. They're definitely going to have to do some adjustments to get that truck lined up for episode 2. Not how he wanted to end it out. Grinder is out for the night. Devin Treat will move on. Grinder not wanting to do that. That is definitely a rough end for Grinder. He knows how to get it done. But Devin Treat will come out on top in this race. But next up is the father of Eddie. It's Jarrett Booker in Pastrana 199 taking on Roland Cantwell. And speaking of Jarrett Booker, he is the one who has created the amazing Monster Truck Championship. So make sure you check him out over there. He's got great races. He just concluded Fire vs. Ice. It was a great race. I recommend it to you. But now we're staged up the line. Who's ready? Pastrana, Iron Outlaw, staged, waiting for the light. Coming at the stretch, it's an even race going down. And as Pastrana will take a note from his son and turn the truck over for the win. Watch out as Iron Outlaw is also on his lid. That was definitely, that was a rough wreck from Pastrana. Both trucks end their race on their lid. You can watch either one you want. It's a simple wreck for Iron Outlaw, but a bad one for Pastrana. Not how he wanted to do it. But we're on the track, and you can see the damage that is on the back of the truck when he was sliding over. That must have occurred as you're flipping the truck over. It looks fine, but there goes the tire. I knew something was suspicious about that. I thought it was fine, but nope. The tire's gone. Pastrana 199. He's moving on, but will he be able to continue? That's definitely going to be a good question. But everyone, this has been round 2 of Sunday Night Shootout, and I'll see you in round 2.
Gross display of horsepower. Look at this arrow! Who takes the monster truck tonight? Yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Push it over! Can he save it? Here we
Folks, welcome back to Sunday Night Shootout as we kick off round 2 with Charles Stevens in the low rider. That's Radiator, the blue truck, usually green, but he's running a new truck, ready to take on Joseph Nelson in the Destroyer machine. He's a popular heavy hitter taking on a custom truck by yours truly. I think you can figure out who that is. That is a very low truck. You can see how low it is compared to Destroyer. This is going to be interesting. What advantage will Radiator have? Stage up the line. There goes the light coming at the stretcher. It's running down. And it's an extremely close race. As Radiator looks like it pulled the emergency brake. It stopped in sights. That has got to be some damage, or at least a concussion for Charles in that truck. That was definitely hard. He must have eaten the steering wheel, taken a good old bite out of the steering wheel. That was interesting. As we come down, we're calling it a tie. Both drivers finished at the exact same time, so we're back up the line. Joseph Nelson will take lead of Charles Stevens in the far lane, and Charles Stevens will take lead of Joseph Nelson in the near lane. So this is going to be a great race. They're both staged. Ready. Who's going to get the win? That's the decision we're making. Stage up the line. Coming in Destroyer to even race flying down, and it's going to be Destroyer, I do believe, as the body is gone off the truck. It flew off. That's definitely, an interesting way for Destroyer to win. He's losing the body. That was definitely not what Joseph Nelson wanted to do. Some body damage for the team. Definitely going to stack up some fees. Destroyer definitely tried his best, and he did it. As he came off that jump, the body loses, and he does get the win. That's great right there. But next up is going to be Jared Goldman and Sampson taking on Nathan Smith. As he said earlier, he's taking the lead of Wyatt Curtis in that truck, Excalibur Star Creations square body, taking on the custom Sampson body. This is going to be a great race. Excalibur and Sampson, they're both ready. PEI chassis, I do believe on Sampson. Excuse me if I'm wrong. We're stageable line. This is going to be a great race. Excalibur and Sampson, staged. Coming down. This is going to be a great race going down. And as Sampson will have the truck on 2 tires and sending it into a save. That was definitely interesting. I don't even know what to say about that. But that was a great race. Sampson gave it his all. As you can see, he comes down and he noses it on the 2 tires and he sends it. But we're calling it another tie. Excalibur got there just in time to make it a tie. On 2 tires, Sampson did finish. So he knows how to get it done for sure. Excalibur wants to win Sunday Night Shootout Championship 1. Stageable line. It's going to be a great race. Coming out of the stretchers, we're running down with a serious speed. And Sampson will pick up the victory over Excalibur because he looks like he had some issues. They were right next to each other. It looks like he got pushed a bit by Sampson. Sampson will edge the win, moving on to semis here tonight for some points, too. It was a great race. Both those drivers gave it their all. And indeed, Sampson will pick up the victory. But next up is Caden Wilson in your one and only It's Doug. Monster Mutt Rottweiler Jimmy Ferguson, an Avenger, will be taking him on. And as you know, Caden, he drives this truck on most circuits. He used to be a part of Team Digger, but he said, I loved it, but I got to get into a new truck. So that's what he's doing. He's driving Doug here, stage of the line. They're coming at the stretchers, even race flowing down for both drivers. And as both trucks will take a lead, Jimmy will pull out a save, but Caden has the other end over, and he will get the truck up and over. He got the other side of the spoon, you could say. Not sure if I'm saying that right, but that's what happened. Jimmy had a flip, but he saved it. And Caden, you can see, got messed up and flipped the truck over. Not how he wanted to end it. He's moving to semis nonetheless. But next up is Jared Booker in Pastrana 199. Take on the heavy hitter himself, Devin Tree. In Mental Health, you can see Devin is up on the line. And you can see that Pastrana is here as well. And the story behind this, they put Grinder's old tire on the backside of Pastrana. I guess that footage got deleted or something because it's gone. But this is going to be interesting. They're both ready. Stage up the line. Coming into stretchers, even race pulling down for both drivers. And Pastrana will pick up the victory over the heavy hitter. I don't know what happened to Devin. The truck just got too much air throttle. And he took the truck over. He was trying to get some big air for the fans. But nonetheless, he will get the truck over. And everyone, I just want to say, give some support to Devin with the amount that he gives to me. And do the same thing for Caden. Both those guys are my biggest supporters, and I want you guys to do it back to them. Make sure you support both of them guys over on any social medias they have. But that was a great race. He tried to get some air, but he got too much throttle and flipped the truck over. Pastrana is moving on to semis. And speaking of semis, I'll see you guys in semis after the break. I hope you've been enjoying it so far. Welcome back to Shootout, everyone, as Jared Goldman and Sampson will take on Joseph Nelson and Destroyer. This determines who's going to the first ever finals. This is going to be a great race. Joseph Nelson taking on Jared Goldman, Sampson, and Destroyer. And also, excuse me if I'm saying your name wrong, Jared. Just contact me and we'll know. Say, coming to Destroyer, it's a great race going down. And as it's going to be Sampson getting the win, as Destroyer will flip the truck over. And as you know, I never discussed this, but we do a new thing so these trucks don't have to fly 30 times and nobody crosses the line. It's whoever goes the furthest if nobody crosses the line, which Sampson got further than Destroyer. So that's definitely a nice turnout for Sampson. A debuting driver is in the finals for the first time ever. Joseph Nelson tried it his all, but he will turn out with the other end of the spoon and pull Devin's move. He tried to get some big air to show him how it's done, but he will pull the same thing that happened to him. He ran it up on two tires, and he will flip that truck over. Definitely not how he wanted to end it out. Joseph Nelson gave it his all. He wanted to get into the finals, but he can't do it. But now we're flipping Destroyer over, and you can see the truck will be completely fine, it seems. So that's definitely an interesting way for Joseph Nelson to go out, trying to get some big air, but he cannot complete it here tonight. That is definitely Interesting for Destroyer. The body's gone for the second time. That's definitely interesting. But next up is Caden Wilson in Monster Mutt Rottweiler taking on Jared Booker, Monster Truck Championship man himself. Or I should have said, excuse me, Mr. MTC right there. I can't get that name right. I'm not a good commentator. Caden Wilson knows how to get it done in Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Who's going to the finals to face Samson? Is it Mr. MTC or Caden or Stage? Jared Booker or Caden Wilson? Stage of the line. Or Comet and Destroyers even race flying down for both drivers. And Caden Wilson will make his way into the finals as they made a handshake right there, and he pushed Jared out of his way and said, "Nope, that championship's mine." Basically, that's what he thinks at least. Caden really wanted it, so he went out of his way to push Pastrana away, and he got the win. He got the better of him, so that's definitely interesting for Pastrana. He'll be back next week for sure, ready for more. But this right here is going to be a great finals. Caden Wilson and Samson, are next after the break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The kickoff finals, we got Caden Wilson and Monster Mutt Rottweiler and Jared Goldman and Samson. These drivers are hungry, quite literally, for Doug in the far lane. Samson is ready. Caden Wilson wants a win, but so does Samson. Jared Goldman and Caden Wilson. Doug in the far lane wants a win. We're staged at the line. Who wants a win? Who's going to get it? The first ever one in Sunday Night Shootout history. 2 trucks, 1 champion. Who's getting the win? As the light turns green, coming at the stretch where we're running it through, and it's Caden Wilson getting the first ever Sunday Night Shootout championship. He will make his way to the championship seat. He had to take out all these trucks, and he did it. He got it claimed here tonight. He has the championship in his hands. Caden Wilson has got the win here tonight. He has finally done it. He has made it through. He bowled through. And Caden Wilson in Monster Mutt Rottweiler has gotten the win here tonight. He will do it. Caden, wow, that is definitely interesting. But out of 16 trucks, there's 1 champion, and that man is Caden Wilson in Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Well, everyone, this right here was a great show for the ages. I appreciate everything, and I mean everything, that you guys gave me. Their channel's been growing a little bit lately. This has been amazing so far. I've enjoyed the ride. I'll catch you next week. It's going to be a great night. Don't forget it. Caden Wilson will be hanging on. Congratulations to Caden. You gave it your all. One of my best supporters has won tonight. And don't think this is rigged or else. And I'll see you after the break.